What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing the weekly recap of the stat modeling strategy. The SPY was all over the place, but mainly to the downside this week, especially on Friday. We saw around a 0.8% dip. This was also driven off of that negative Apple news. So they were actually down 3.5%, which is pretty big, especially for a company like Apple. So long story short, we saw a lot of wild swings, more to the downside though. So that was good and bad for the week. Obviously, it hurt some of the call positions, but it really helped some of the put positions in like the VXX call. So that's doing good, but let's get right into it. So if we go over to the swings, we can see the swings were relatively mixed this week. The gold calls and the CHPT calls took a little bit of a beating, obviously, because the market was tanking and those stocks also tanked. However, the CCJ calls did very, very, very well. They were up like 68% from when we got in from last week alone. So we got in on September 2nd. Yeah, we got in on September 2nd. It was at like $20.60, and it ran all the way up to $25 on Friday. So we sold half of this one. It was an amazing, amazing trade, but I think we can all agree that it's pretty overbought, especially in the short term. So we took half profits here. I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw a pullback, whether it be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, and then a continuation up over the next couple weeks to the next couple months. So either way, I'm glad we took some good profits at that level, but I do still think it has a lot of potential over like the next year or so. So keep that in mind. And then also, if we go to some of the put plays, like the XLK put debit spread, we got this one at a pretty good time on September 8th. If we look at XLK, we got in right here, and then it's starting to sell off, which is good. And the awesome part about this is that this ETF focuses mainly on tech stocks, and one of its biggest holdings is Apple. So when we see Apple tanking like this, that'll really help the XLK play, because obviously Apple has like a huge influence on this ETF. So the timing is going to look pretty good on this one. What's really nice to see is if we go back to it, we paid around $180 for that spread, and the max value of that spread is $1,000. So that should be interesting, and I'm very excited to see how this one does if the market continues to fall. And then we also have that Microsoft put play. That one's doing pretty good so far. It was entered on Friday. It's up like 13% or so. And then we're just holding a lot of other plays. So yeah, not bad so far. Lots of mixed movement, whether the market tanks up or tanks down. We should be in a pretty good position because we both have, a lot of calls open as well as puts. So should be good there. If we get into the bot play, it was a pretty solid week. Here were the last 4 trades. It was actually probably one of the best weeks in quite some time. Every single play popped for at least 22%. We had one play that popped for 100%, one play that popped for 39.2%, another play that popped for 39%, and then the worst performing play this week popped for 22.7%. So overall, really solid week from the bot. Did a great job, and especially in a market like we had this week, it was pretty good. So good stuff there. And then if we get into the premium selling plays, the theta plays, doing very well. Lots of premiums being collected. It's still doing good. So short puts are an awesome strategy. They don't require too much maintenance. And, if you sell puts on a stock you like for the long term, it's a win-win. So awesome job there. Things are going good for the most part. Bot was doing great. We have a lot of different swing plays open, which is a good thing, especially in this market, because no one knows if the market is going to tank down to $425 next week, or if it's going to boom up to, let's say $460, right? Statistically speaking, the market rises a lot more than it falls, but then again, the market's getting pretty crazy, so it should be interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing weekend.